Larry Lurusso.
Yeah, spell your last name.
Okay, Lorusso. It's the Paisan way.
And you're 5,000 feet, you said?
About just, I would say, let's
Give
call
or
it a
take,
mile.
but, yeah,
A mile,
about a
okay?
mile. Okay, great.
And I'm a photographer, worked in advertising for almost 30 years. It was a lifestyle change, and is how I ended up in Clarksburg.
So you feel that, you don't hear it every day, but it's something that is still affecting your life because of the results of living and breathing, in this area, correct?
So I'm here for the roar, the peace, the nature, and the thing is, a lot of that has been taken. It's for me, one of the joys is to go out at night in the wintertime, and it's those clear nights, and it's the cosmic show, and to be able to listen, the natural sounds of this area. And there's very little in the way of civilization, and they come and go. And now I go out my back door, and I don't want to enjoy the sky anymore because there's that sound. And so one of the things is I'm a pretty good sleeper, and for me to be woken up, I've always said, if the house burns, I'm going down, and I've woken up a number of times and can't go back to sleep, and it runs you ragged. So that's part of it, is this thing of getting up and not being at 100%, and being well below that. And so going out with my chainsaw and realizing sometimes after the fact that I'm kind of silly, that having the chain jump off the bar and not understand why the chain saw is not cutting, and it's because the bar, there's no chain on the bar anymore, and just not being able to comprehend that. And that's how I get sometimes. It's just like silly. Like one day I went down the road to take pictures of that project, and I got to where I wanted to be and realized I forgot my camera. I worked in advertising. I mean, I don't do things like that. But that's how some days it is now, and it's effect of the not being able to sleep, and the emotional aspect of, is this the rest of our lives here? And so for me, late bloomer, 6 years, I came to Clarksburg and I said, this is home. This is where I want to spend the rest of the days on the planet. I love that mountain. I've been going up there ever since I arrived here. That was my enchanted forest. Go up to the Cascades, drink from from the stream like an animal. And now I'm scared to, because it's tainted. And I go up there and I cry. Now, it's sad, really sad, because I know what was taken. I've been up there close and personal, and it'll never be like that anymore. And so that's part of what I've lost. And I think a lot of us haven't been up there close and personal, but I have. And so that's part of the shame of it, is that people don't realize what's, in many cases, they look at it from down in the valley, and they look, it's kind of abstract, the whole thing, and they don't realize what was done up there to do that. And I think that would give them pause if they realized that these things are not environmentally benign, that they are not green, that the animals, I've seen it, the animals, they're down off the mountain. They don't like those things. I know for me, I've been up there when they're cranky. It's scary. Those things, they look like they're slow motion. You get close, you're at the bottom of those things, they go, you're ducking. I've seen the stuff flying off them when they're cranking. So, I guess I would feel better. I thought, Hoosac winning, when I realized it was a done deal. I'm like, this is a good thing. We have to do things differently. And I walk the walk. I go out in the woods, and I'll tell you, it's hard to heat your house with wood that you acquire by yourself. But I wouldn't have it any other way. And I realize it's not ideal, but it's pretty good. And it is sustainable, that it is a cycle that will, for all my days on the planet, I could heat my house with that wood, okay? And that won't do that. Those won't do that. And it doesn't really do anything to making the planet a better place, which is part of my concern. I really do hope that I can, in some small way, leave the planet just a little better.
Well, you said you were in support of the project
Yeah,
until
well,
when?
Well,
You know what? I'm sorry. I gotta interrupt. I just gotta put it on the tripod.
Sure, that's fine.